We're live. We're live. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of PMP's Den of Antiquities. Today, we are talking about episode 4, The Foundling of the Mandalorian. What did you guys think?
Shocking.
Can't believe what I see.
Hold on, Rex, do that thing you just did. I saw you do real quick. It was great. It was amazing. I loved it. It was.
It was over 9,000.
You set in for a big surprise.
So good.
Misa happy.
I thought it was cool that we finally got to see some Mandalorians training too. They had vengeance with that water though, man. I'll tell you what, they were like shooting bullets into the water, jetpacks and stuff like that.
And as JT pointed out, like jetpacking like in front of the line of sight of some of them.
Where they're
like,
shooting.
Yeah.
It's good for dodging, keep them agile.
What's up,
It's
Eros, man? What's going on?
Good.
Hey, man, you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore, you know? So-
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that was cool. Like I think I especially like the shooting on the water was like, okay, yeah, I mean that would probably be fun. What I really liked was like the hand-to-hand combat training, like either with just hand-to-hand or with like the vibro knives.
Yeah.
I thought that's like something really cool because we really only got to see that in action like with Django versus Obi-Wan where it was like hand to hand. But I mean that's something that Mandalorians are like very good at supposedly. So it was nice to see that.
Yeah, and it's refreshing to see them not just standing around.
Yeah.
Having meld into the scene.
Well, Charlie, I was going to ask you because you come from like a martial arts background. And I don't know, for me, I got a lot of martial arts vibes where they were like dueling each other. And then like the games watcher or whatever they called him was like, point or like match. Like, you. So I was wondering how you felt kind of about that. Cause you kind of come from that sort of world, you know?
30 years. Crazy. So when they were doing that, it was much like a Taekwondo thing for a judge because you don't really do that. But I know what they were going for. But I did enjoy when they had like little kind of miniature like vibro blades do that, and then the one dude did that grab, completely threw over, and was like ready to go with like the wrist gauntlet.
Oh yeah, the flamethrowers.
That moment stood out, and then they had a moment where one of the side Mandalorians near like the opening of like where the cave was did a movement where just a completely throw over. That was cool because again, like had like the wrist stuff like that. So I enjoyed it. I know choreography pretty good. I try not to brag too much, but it was amazing. But my God, it was good. It was one might say it's the way.
Could you imagine trying to fight in all that armor though? It'd be such
God, it has to be hot.
With the gauntlets and all that stuff. Well, I mean, I guess they were having problems with it too. Because Nick, it was you, right? That sent the zip tie.
Yeah.
Like zip tie gauntlet and stuff like that. They were struggle busting with that armor.
As soon as I saw that, I grabbed zip ties and I packed it for filming tomorrow.
It's canon.
It's canon.
Zip ties and paintballs canon.
Yeah.
Also, Velcro is canon. Velcro is seen in one of the posters from this season as well.
Yeah, dude. What did you guys think of the paintball scene? Because I thought it was kind of weird that his son, spoilers if you guys haven't seen the episode, but also if you haven't seen the episode, why are you here?
Why?
But like, so he was hitting him one at a time, right? I'm like, why didn't that kid just shoot him 3 times at the very beginning?
Because of the plot.
Yeah.
and then he hops and goes, and then you're just like,
I was wondering that too. I don't know if that kid was just like, the asshole type who was just like, oh yeah, like, I'll give him like the 2 more chances. I'll beat him anyway. Sort of just to ride it home even more.
Yeah, because he was kind of getting a little cocky with, he'd be like, oh, I know.
Right.
He's like, I know he can't fight,
Yeah.
It's so cool though to see like Grogu's like abilities in the Force though, like really coming along. Like, he could barely like move something in the beginning seasons, and now he's hopping around. He's like basically becoming Master Yoda with all the hops that he's got
and that's the thing about Yoda too. You see him walking normally; he is uber slow, but when he uses the Force in his movement, he flips around. Man, he's pretty quick.
He's got 4 steroids.
Yeah, he's like one of those species that are naturally slower, but like when they're force sensitive and stuff. They get their juices, midichlorian juices flowing. They start.
Yeah.
Keep my size, dude.
Heroes, that's
Oh no.
he
Oh no.
when
I
you
think
gotta
you
go,
lost
when you gotta
something.
go,
Oh.
you gotta go.
When you gotta go, you gotta
Autocorrect's a thing, man.
He's gonna be like, shoot, I'm gonna shoot.
Arrows, what episode did you watch?
You see him
You know what
reply,
you meant,
shot
man.
first!
We know what you meant. It's okay.
Shot,
It's
shot.
okay. We know what you meant. Autocorrect's evil.
Good
But man,
Oh,
you would
boy.
think they would pick a better planet to live on, though. Like yeah,
Yeah.
freaking like giant crocodile, like freaking turtles. You got freaking I don't know if you guys have ever seen that meme, but the one guy goes, "It's a chupacabra." Have you guys ever seen that? It's like a little spoof meme or whatever, but that's exactly what I thought of because it looked like a pterodactyl, kind of like gremlin.
Yeah,
thing.
man.
I don't know.
You ever
We
see
were-
the movie The Mist? They look like the pterodactyls that fly through the grocery store with the red translucent wings and the black
Yeah.
eyes on the
I
side.
didn't even think about that. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
what-
like how hostile can a planet be? I thought Felucia was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's honestly, it's probably sorry. Just go.
If I get a nickel for every time I've heard that. No, that's no, man. That's what we were talking about earlier. Because just watching that, like, man, let's just stay away from the waters on that planet. My God. Yeah.
Well, it seems like the planet they stayed on, it's like a character of its own. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because like, if they stayed on a very stable planet, it'd probably be boring for them. I mean, you get what I'm saying?
Fair.
So it probably helps keep the skills up. Because
Yeah.
one episode's an alligator, right?
Yeah.
And their guns did nothing. So how much skill do you need?
You do bring up a good point on that. That planet probably isn't very, or at least that area probably isn't very habitable, and they want to be in complete isolation so they can't get bombarded or like anything like that. So that does make sense. Of maybe that's why it's like a double thing. It's like, oh, if we can't beat a monster, then we're not even Mandalorian.
Yeah,
sort of
I was
thing.
gonna go the opposite way. I was gonna say, out of all the planets in Star Wars, this covert probably chose this planet because it was less populated with monsters and stuff like that. Because you go to Tatooine, I mean, you got dragons that wait in the ground. These random like you ever see Spy Kids when that gorilla with like the spider? He was the spider monkey. He's like got a 6-pack. And he comes out of the ground and the man like in Boba Fett, and he's like, I'm like, oh, dude, no, I'm not living there. So
Yeah, desert planets. I don't know if this is a complete desert planet because we kind of just see like a rocky area, but desert planets are dangerous in Star Wars. Usually, you don't.
Game of Thrones. The other things like the Targaryen. Like, I was like, dragons.
They got the 3 now.
That reminds me, kind of skipping towards the end of the thing. Like, how the crap did those birds fit on that freaking ship, dude?
The gauntlet is roomy. What can I say? You know.
So it fits a squad, like a whole squad of Mandos, fully armed up and ready to go, and then you got these like overgrown like chickens, like ready to. But how do they do? That's crazy. But I guess it's bigger than what we thought. I don't know, but man, that was
They made us fire with those birds.
Yeah. Well, that'd be cool. Like later in the season, or like maybe next season, if they brought them back and like some of the Mandos were like riding them or something. Like that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Well, I suppose at least they did like take them, because I remember when we were watching, like when they sort of pretty much killed the mom. Like we were all kind of like, oh yikes,
Yeah.
Those kids are gonna die. So I guess on that hand that was a good thing.
Mandalorian lunch.
Yeah, next time we see them, we can go, hey, they fly now. They fly
Oh,
now.
I don't get that.
And then you see that clip of John Boyega. They've been flying since the Clone Wars. No, but back to that planet. ordeal. You even see something like Dathomir in the Clone Wars, and you're like, this is desolate. This looks so dead that nothing can be here. You hear in Legends and stuff, Rancor are there. You play Jedi Fallen Order. You got a zombified Night Sisters and these little spider things that spit acid. Gorgara, bat things.
Yeah.
Even something like Hoth. It's such an empty, desolate planet. Not habitable life couldn't even live there on its own, and it still has Yetis, right? That'll rip your arms off. So yeah, you wouldn't want to live in Star Wars. So people are like, oh, if I were in the Star Wars galaxy, I would be this. I'm like, no.
Think it through.
Well,
That's why you live in
would
Cloud
still
City.
be a nice place to take a visit, but
Cloud City doesn't have any creatures that want to kill. I mean, maybe they have sky creatures that come and grab you.
Vader is a creature, and he wants that dinner at Cloud City.
Fair.
you know, Ugnaughts just like swarming you, like putting you in the carbonite chamber.
Yeah.
Oh, those things.
No
The
one is
heart
safe.
nuts. Yeah.
One thing I thought was cool, and like I really liked the realism that they're bringing to Star Wars is like they both ran out of fuel too. Like they couldn't make it
Yes.
to the complete journey. Like I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And like their landings, like it cracks me up every time they try to land because like half the time they're like falling on their back or like they're like face planting or something like that. It's definitely realistic.
It shows
Especially hard with having some trouble there.
It's immersion breaking, but in a good way. Like you'll be just watching an episode and you're like, holy crap, didn't just cut his leg with the dartsaber. You know, I guess that does make sense. It's supposed to be heavy, he's not trained. So it breaks the immersion because you're like, oh yeah, I am watching Star Wars. That dude just connected to real life, but in a good way. You know, it's not like fourth wall or copying another franchise, being lazy and stuff. So
And then I
Agreed.
would say, what did you guys think about the flashback scene, man? Probably one of the most exciting parts of this.
That was crazy.
Man.
Get into the meat of it now.
Oh yeah.
So
Can we all just all agree? Good job. Whoever made that call or that decision to get Ahmad Best, good on you, man. I don't know if that was Carl Weathers, Dave Filoni, whoever. That poor guy has gone through so much and everything with the stupidity of that can be sometimes Star Wars fandom and stuff like that. So seeing him get a chance to come back and do that, not only that, but actually one of the main things of the Star Wars franchise right now, go back and save that and be the forefront of that and just make a grand entrance and everything. And I know that his character was doing like a small little thing before, Hellier happened. That show didn't continue, if I remember right. But just seeing him come back in like live action film stuff, good on you, man. Ahmed Best, just right on.
Yeah,
man.
everybody was saying that like I don't know if I necessarily agree with it because everybody was saying he was like redeemed or something like that. Like I don't know about you guys, I really liked Jar Jar.
he was never redeemed for me because I liked him all along.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
right.
exactly what I'm saying. It's like to me, he was like. I would say a better way to spin that is now he's getting the love that he should have gotten, and
Right, all along.
Oh yeah.
Like
Right.
what's changed is the love difference, not that. Because like as a kid growing up seeing Phantom Menace, I thought Jar Jar was like the funniest thing, man. I love Jar Jar. I got a little Jar Jar watch from back when I was a kid, like just sitting in sitting in my room.
Well, I mean, obviously, while watching, the Phantom Menace for the first time, I feel like no kid would like really be like, Jar Jar is like, Jar Jar sucks. I feel like no one in the right mind would say that, and I mean, I certainly didn't. I guess obviously I was more into like the cool characters, so Jar Jar was my favorite, but I was never ever even on that train of like, this movie would be so much better if Jar Jar was just gone. Like, just not a thing, like he is just essentially the C-3PO of the prequels, and I think. And honestly, I mean, George Lucas chose to put him in there. So honestly, everyone that had a problem with that, you can go take that one. So enough said. Like I think I'm definitely agreeing with that. Like it's not a redeeming factor that he was like, he got to play this part now, but it's really nice to see him just with Ewan and Hayden for the Kenobi show. Really, just to see them. Even now, just being more aware of like the positive sort of feedback, even from people that just want to give him that feedback from the prequels. that now sort of get the chance to have an open ear when he's looking out for that kind of stuff. So,
and we
yeah,
talk about
no.
we talk about Jar Jar's character, and and relating it to Bo-Katan. Like I said this like a couple weeks ago or something. Like when we see Bo-Katan, she has this one right here. When we see Bo-Katan,
Oh yeah, she's on here. That's right.
it
Night
has
Owl.
a specific weight behind it, where you see her and you're like, okay, she's been in a room with Maul. She's seen Maul take over Mandalore. She's been a part of all this stuff, right? And when you see Jar Jar, I just couldn't help to think he's been in a room with Hayden Christensen 3 times. 3 separate scenes. Well,
Boom.
this third one being a technical one because he's still in the temple, but not not in the same
Right.
room, but same building. But he was with the he goes up the elevator and he's talking to Padme. He's in Attack of the Clones at the early stage of that. And when he plays a extra character in the nightclub at the bottom of Coruscant, he plays a background
Yep.
character.
Nice.
So Ahmed Best
Yes.
is everywhere, and even reprising his role as Kelleran Beck, like that was unexpected. Super cool. To
Dude,
see.
his robes were cool as heck too.
Oh, with
like
the gold.
Yes.
very,
Yeah.
very High Republic-esque. I thought that was
Yeah.
like
And
really
the
cool.
Jar Kai, he's got dual wield. He's
No,
doing it up.
Did
Yeah.
anybody get Battlefront 2 vibes with Isla
Yeah.
Secura? I was like literally Isla
And-
Secura, bro.
And my first time watching, I thought he just had to, but actually a cool detail is that he picks up the lightsaber of the dead Jedi that's like
Yeah.
in there with Grogu, so he's just, he's like, all right, I'm gonna need more than one.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, it's funny because
Yeah.
like in Battlefront, Isla Secura is kind of broken because she can like pull you, so she can push you, you start going flying, and then she can like pull you back, and like when he pushes that clone off whatever like the railing and something like that, I was like, oh dude, big Isla
Yeah.
Secura vibes from Battlefront.
Same lightsaber colors too with that because they didn't know her color exactly at the time with Battlefront 2 because the whole back and forth
Right.
about purple and Mace Windu and all that kind of stuff. But same thing. Shoto green, main one is blue, and she's holding it up like that. See what you're on with her. I know in that game, anytime you have a character that has more than one lightsaber in any way, you just get locked into whatever combo they're doing. You can't move.
Yeah.
You just
Dude, he was
Right.
taking them out too. Like he took
Yeah,
out like a
dude.
whole like
Yeah.
squad of people.
Yeah.
It was-
And
So
talking about clone troopers,
Oh.
Ah,
I
Yes.
mean, obviously seeing 501st Troopers so cool, but also I was like, when the doors open and like the first 2 like came through the door, innerly I was just like so relieved because probably most people haven't completely noticed. I'm probably you guys, but like in Kenobi, like obviously like someone fucked up like the color shader and they were like all like turquoise or whatever the color was. It was definitely not 501st Blue. And the costumes have the right color, which is the most like sad part. Like
Yeah.
there
Adam
was, like-
Savage did a review of the actual
right,
bust
exactly.
made.
Yes.
He did an interview with the actual props builders, and you can see the full suit, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So that was a real positive one, and I thought they looked great. And it was also nice to see, like, especially when the bark speeder, like the Clone Wars bark speeder with the side cart, like I lost my shit when I saw that, and it's just a nice combination they did with, like, you can see sometimes they use the CG 501st models from Book of Boba, and then like some are the live action ones for like the closer shots. So it's nice to see those combined. And obviously hearing Tim's voice, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. Because if you didn't say it, I was gonna say, yeah, Tim's voice. Where they're like, go around. He's breached Sector 5 or
Yeah.
whatever he says.
don't
Like,
let
they're
them
all-
escape.
Yeah, like I'm like,
Tem's
oh,
just, I think Tem's just also happy to be back too, because even playing that small
Yes.
role in Kenobi as a begging decommissioned
oh
clone,
man.
Yeah.
that was enough. That was enough.
we need more.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get some maybe an Ahsoka or something like that. That'd be cool. Or Rex and Ahsoka. That'd be.
Oh, yeah.
We shall find
Yeah.
out.
I hope they realize that most clones don't take off their helmets. So as long as you have people that have like the same, body type and like size, I mean, you can have, Tem obviously has to voice them, but like, give us that Clone Wars show, live action. Come on.
Please.
I feel like you could just give him like a beard because, like in Rebels, he has just that white beard. So you could just give Tim like a white beard, and he's basically Rex.
Oh yeah, well for Rex, definitely, yeah.
We can pull
That'd
it
be
off.
safe. But yeah, dude, the Coruscant Guard are like my favorite, one of
Oh,
my
I was
favorites.
I
just gonna
lost
say,
it with those
first-
live action.
First time seeing live action Shock Trooper since Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Unreal Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Clone Trooper. I mean,
Yeah, for
it
sure,
wasn't
dude.
silly.
That was.
I mean, it was cool to see them in like a real version of them, and in live action after what is it, like 18 years or something like that.
I don't think we ever got them in live action. These new
no.
shows are the only shows that not as I know, at least for the prequels, not a single set of clone armor was created for the prequels.
Yeah, the only thing we got was Clone Wars, maybe shots of Tales of the Jedi for like a second. Other than that, we have not got. So that was ridiculously cool seeing.
First live action for that, and that poor shock trooper manning the gunship that goes head on with the train.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
that was awful.
Oh, it's so cool to hear the gunships though, man. They were like on it, like instant. Like he zoomed and they were both like, oh, he's escaping. We gotta chase him. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, they were
And
just
And I mean,
like shooting
JT
into
brought like
buildings and
that
stuff.
heavy detail to it. I mean,
I
with the
wanted to bring
comics.
up something pretty cool that I've mentioned before. I don't know if you guys have ever read the 2017 Charles Soule Vader comic series, Imperial Machine, but they actually go back for another Jedi Temple raid where Jocasta Nu meets her canon death. Besides just Anakin
It's where she's got
killing
like the
her off-screen.
lightsaber blaster, like the rifle or whatever.
But it was a perfect, and what I appreciate, what my favorite thing about this was how much of a similarity it was. It was a cutthroat, one-to-one picture, perfect shot of the comic book of that scene because they captured the way the gunships patrol around that section of Coruscant perfectly. You wonder how there were two gunships on Ahmed Best's character as soon as he left that platform.
Like that.
Like the millisecond he got off there, boom, two come down. That's because they're patrolling. They have a perfect circle. When Palpatine had Operation Nightfall go down, that whole checkmate thing, that whole temple was a kill box with nothing able to leave. And if something did, those gunships were on it. So seeing that scene in the comic book where you see Fox, the Phase 2 everyone hates, he gets choked out by Vader, and then next up you see that whole thing of it's like an aerial view of the gunship looking down on the temple. I'm like, this is probably what they see up here in this episode. It's perfect.
Yeah. Well, and also like when like he's like just riding off with the bark spear, you can hear one clone even calling out the sector. So they just like, you know, probably as soon as they heard that on the comms, the gunships were just like, all right, we're on it, and just like immediately on it. Like, yeah, no one's getting out.
Yeah, kind of like police, how they just have, you know, officers patrolling in localized areas where if something bad would happen, immediate first responder, right? That's the gunships. Sector 13, go, boom,
That's
gunships down.
Pretty badass first responder, I might say.
Yeah.
Did the train get the both the gunships, or did it just get one?
No,
and that
just
other
one.
one. Okay, so the other one was probably the one that was following behind that first
Right.
gunship. Okay, I didn't know. I was
Yeah,
like, dang,
because,
they
like-
were on it quick because like they called it another one after those two got hit. But
No, yeah, like one falls in the train, and I think the other one like flew around like the building complex. I think that's why it arrived like slightly later. But
It's
yeah,
like
it was
Anakin-
like that
like
one
Anakin-
gunship got.
Like Anakin taking the shortcut to Zam
yeah.
Whistle, like, we're gonna go my way, around the
Yeah, right.
dude, but those what I imagine are Naboo guards. Like they were taking it to the clones. It's like you don't mess with. I guess they whenever Padme was done with her time at being maybe they went back to like war or something like that because those dudes were like on those clones like instantly. I think only like 2 or 3 of them died and they were wiping the clones out.
Well, no, but by the end they were taking off. I think only 2 or 3 of them were alive, with like still like 5 clones remaining. So
Oh really?
I don't think they took the victory on that one. Yeah.
Ooh,
But
big sad.
they definitely took some clones down. And
Yeah.
but I will say one detail I liked when like Ahmed is just like telling the guy like there are no others. Then you can hear like the humming sound of the gunship coming in.
Yes.
And honestly, I might be wrong, but I felt like the guy was like maybe not in terror, but like slightly like sort of like, oh no. You know, it had this like sort of like it's happening, sort of that realization, which I feel like is accurate, because I think if I would see like a gunship with like fully loaded with clones like coming in, I'd be like, I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering.
And then and they're the Nubian Guard too. Like they're not supposed to be a target for these clone troopers, but
Yeah.
just because the Jedi's there, anybody
Yeah.
that's
Affiliation
witness
with the Jedi.
done.
Poor guys, man. Yeah, just as soon as Ahmad's character gets there, it was a nice little thing. He said like, don't worry about it, little guy. I got some friends, and you're just like, wait, what friends? Wait, what are you talking about? And everything like that. You get there and you're like, that's in the Blue Starfighter.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
At first, I thought I was gonna get Captain Typho, but I was like, oh, that's okay. Get the Royals, some guards like that, and also you got to hear the sounds of those pistols for the first time.
Oh, yes.
Thing. Yeah, Strike. I could see you smiling when we did that. It was awesome. They did their part of just buying time just enough where Stelzar and Grogu just get out. But even that was cutting it close because they added in just a little bit more. They added some old school Revenge of the Sith timeline fighters to chase them, which was crazy to see.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about, since that was, because I mean we don't know if it's Padme's Attack of the Clone ship, but just for headcanon, I want to say that it is. Could you guys imagine if because I know in the comics, Padme's handmaidens, they protect her grave until they die. Could you imagine instead of the Naboo guards, if all of Padme's handmaidens come out and start attacking all the clones? I think that would be kind of cool.
That's kind of odd to see in the new Vader comics because you see Sabe or Sabe.
Yeah. I think you said it right the first time.
Yeah. The she's the one besides of her double, that blows up and all that. She's her most trusted handmaid, and you see him attacking. Vader's working with them. Pretty cool scenes like that in the comics. But another thing that rung to me was something along the lines of the Naboo guard. Was that shot in this episode of them scaling the cliff with those zipline grappling hooks?
Oh,
I was like, oh, dude! In my head, I'm thinking, what if Captain Panaka's just up there, on the other side of a window or something? You should have shot the window.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, I wonder if because I don't know if I said this in Strike and yours, or if I said it in all the podcasts start to blend together after you talk about them. But I wonder if Padme sent them because because Anakin comes and visits her after he's done with the temple, so she's still at her place. So I wonder if she was hey, take my ship.
She's crying
but
right
she
now.
didn't know about any of this.
This was the timeline of because my bad, dude. Whenever it's showing the when they're flying away and it shows the temple burning, that in that moment is the Revenge of the Sith timeline. So it's time for you to leave. We're a bit there.
What I was saying, it's dark and the temple is burning, so that's when Bail is on that pad, which also means it's right around the time when Anakin does the.
Yeah, Lord Vader goes upstairs and takes care of some little problems. Yeah.
Little problems.
But it is interesting to see, obviously, because it's as a fact the Naboo guard to some extent. So I've heard people say oh, maybe it's Jar Jar's ship since he's a senator. Maybe Padme gave the old ship to him.
Well, Padme does. Her Revenge of the Sith one has wider wings, so it would make sense for something like a hand-me-down to happen like that, where she would give it to Jar Jar.
Right.
But damn, Jar Jar gave Palpatine emergency powers for no reason.
Damn it.
So.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the Chancellor seems like a nice guy. I understand.
He's not evil.
The Chancellor is not a bad man, Obi-Wan.
What could go wrong with this guy?
No, he seems like a pretty cool stand-up guy. I don't get where this comes from. Crazy Jedi.
What did you guys think of the battle at the end when they were I don't know what? Do we have a name for the creature? Did they say what the dragon creature was?
Did they say that's a Shriekhawk?
I can't remember.
I mean, that sounds correct, so I'm gonna go with that.
That sounds
I really don't know.
I thought that's what they said because it's the Death Watch sigil. That's how that W.
That's right.
That's a Shriekhawk. So I think they said that they didn't say it was the symbol of Death Watch, but I think they called it a Shriek-Hawk.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's just
dun.
funny
The
that,
more
it
you
took,
know.
that it took Ragnar, a member of I guess Vizsla, which is Death Watch, I guess. So
Yeah, he's getting getting busy behind the scenes, man, having a kid or something. I don't know what's going on.
Can we talk about the fact that they were like, oh yeah, we can't shoot the creature because it will, then eat or kill the youngling, and then that thing has proceeded to have it in its stomach for like a day, and then pukes it out, and the kid is like, I'm fine. Like, what?
Fuck it off, kid. You'll be okay. Yeah.
It's Star Wars. Don't think about it too much.
Wait, it has to be stuffed in their helmets. Probably give them some type of oxygen or something. They are Mandalorians. I can't say Bruce Wayne or anything, but it has to be something in their helmet.
When the armor put the helmet on, like in the first episode, it did seal on him. It made that noise,
which is such bullshit because you can see his hair being longer than the seal.
I didn't think about that.
It seals all his hair.
Like, I'm sorry, like Mandalorians just don't have sealed helmets. I don't care what the Mandalorian says; it's not a thing. They die in space. End of story.
If you think about Star Wars too much, sometimes it hurts your brain. It hurts your brain. But,
that's being nitty gritty,
choosy. No, obviously. Yeah. No, I just thought it was funny, like they were talking about, let's not risk anything because it's gonna eat him, and then it's like it already did.
Yeah. Jetpack fuel. Okay, I'm out too. Well, it's gonna take a while to get zoom Bo-Katan right after. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, that was a cool shot though.
Yeah, apparently they took that shot from what is it? Apocalypse Now? That's like a really important shot in Apocalypse Now. They did it in Force Awakens as well with the ties coming in to Takadana, and then now with Katie Sackhoff and her plane, which I love those shots, man. When you see the giant sun and it's looks like it's melting and stuff like that, it's got the heat waves.
Honestly, it gave huge Top Gun 1 vibes.
Ooh, really. Yeah, I can see that.
I was just waiting for dun dun dun.
If I just hear Danger Zone playing in The Mandalorian, I don't know what I feel.
That's what she's playing in her. She's blasting that. She's going.
Yeah.
Somehow Tom Cruise is on the side of one of those things doing his own stunts. Like, why
yeah. He's just holding on to it like in Mission Impossible. I don't know which one it is, where he's holding on to the side of the plane when it takes off. That's him. He's like, we're good to go.
Bo-Katan's like, this is Iceman. I'm following big ass bird. Going back. It's cool as ice.
Ooh, but it was also nice to see the members of the fighting party they brought along. I thought those guys, I was happy about those guys because those were also in the background, the ones where I was like, all right, I like those outfits. I don't like the too colorful ones, but those seem to match in their outfit. Mm-hmm. The one with the white stripe, the one that's just sort of blue, and then that other chick that's also mainly blue.
Mm.
I think for the most part they pretty much all match, but when they stand next to each other, for me it's just something off about the color. To see bright orange next to blue and green and brown and gold and all that kind of stuff. It's a little much. It's a little too much eye candy.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the Mandalorians, they don't really care too much about fashion.
They just want the armor, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Death Watch rocking all blue. I don't know about that.
Which helps the cosplayers.
That's true. I mean, we've been saying it almost since the first episode of the season. The Mandalorian Merc headquarters are probably burning at this point.
My god!
It's that SpongeBob where he's they're all pushing out the files and stuff like that.
Between
because go.
No, I'm sorry, I'm horrible.
Oh, yes.
I was just gonna say this real fast because about the cosplay and stuff like that. Between Celebration and us for GalaxyCon, I can only imagine the stuff we're gonna see from this show and everything. I can't wait.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna have the display setups because I know last year's didn't they have some stuff from Mando season 2 and Boba Fett?
They do that every year. At Celebration, they do a used armor pavilion where you can go.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Uniforms.
Yeah.
But Tony yesterday, he said he went to a local con and somebody already had a Paz and Ragnar father and son cosplay already whipped up.
Wow.
How quick do you have to be, man?
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. People are fast, man.
I have one question about the fact that he's his son because I mean, we have seen this post about the timeline being kind of jumpy between every Mandalorian episode. So we did not see Paz Vizsla with any son in the first season at the little Batcave thing that they have. And so he's already about, I don't know, 10 years old or something like that. So what was the time between season 2 of The Mandalorian and this one? Or was he hiding in that planet all of this
At
time?
least 2 years, I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think bar none, he's at least hiding them. You know, because even on Navarro, they even mentioned like this is not all of us. We're hidden amongst you people. Something along the lines of that. So
I don't think you're really going to get an answer to that. And honestly, they could always just go with the in season 1, you only go to that one room. You just didn't see him. He was in the other room.
He wasn't written yet.
I mean, you're really just not gonna get an answer, and that's probably also how it would be most realistic. You just didn't run into him.
He's playing paintball.
It must definitely be before Mando timeline. Yeah.
There were kids running around on Navarro in the little coverts. I mean, they could just chalk it up to saying, "Oh, he was one of them." But he could also be a foundling too,
If I know Star Wars, they love to turn pre-existing characters into something we've already seen to tie the canon together. Prime example: Endor, random dude with a white beard.
Oh yeah,
Rex.
Rex.
Listen,
it's Rex.
That coincidence turned out great, and I love it.
Well, it's even better too because they picked him also to have like the scout trooper armor on, which he's just used to wearing armor because he's a clone, So it's like
love it.
Right.
Was he holding an A280?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I would imagine so if he took over.
Oh yeah. No, when he was still in Rebel outfit, he was holding an A280. Yeah.
I love that little detail in that.
Heck yeah. What'd you guys think of her getting the new pauldron?
Huh.
I said this during the watch party on strike. I was like, this is refreshing to see, like a 3D version of the mythosaur, because on Boba's armor it was painted on red.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And and Grogu's frying pan chest piece armor, super dope.
The
too.
Rendal.
Yeah. I mean, with Bo-Katan's shoulder piece, at first I was worried, all right, armor, please make it match. All right, I don't want any funny business with huge ass, not matching shoulder piece there. But she did make it match. So, only thing I'm really hoping that she will color over it, so it it's not just
that'd be cool with the blue.
I feel what
the white.
look cool she leaves the emblem Beskar, but colors blue around it.
Yeah.
That could look pretty badass.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, one funny thing about she asking for the mythosaur, I don't know if the mercs have already updated this, but one thing that I saw every day on the forums was that people being asked to remove the mythosaur from their armor because it was exclusive to Boba Fett character. And now they say, oh no, the mythosaur is designed from every Mandalorian.
Really?
I don't know if they updated this rule yet, but I remember that scene almost every day because it was Boba Fett's logo, so
everything's burning.
How was that
That's
rule to begin with?
That's saying any Mandalorian can't be a Mandalorian because Boba Fett was the first Mandalorian.
Do they want me to write a list of how many background Mandalorians in Death Watch had the fucking mythosaur on their helmet and chest plate? Excuse me?
Yeah, that's why I put the mythosaur on my helmet because of that one in the Clone Wars. That's where I got that idea from.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it shouldn't be necessarily new news, but I guess good thing they said it out loud for these idiots.
The flames grow higher.
Oh man.
Well, to be fair, it seems like certain Mandalorian groups kind of go by their own rules and regulations to a certain degree. Because Bo-Katan and her group, they had their helmets off. I mean, it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's
well, that's how it was in the Clone Wars too. I mean, there was no really honor rules with Death Watch. It was kind of just who's the leader of the group. Now we have undying loyalty. and outsiders in? That's when we go back a little bit to our ancient times, so we kind of don't agree with an outsider ruling, So I think they're picky and choosy with the way they actually want to follow. And Bo actually leaving her helmet on after going in the waters and stuff is pretty cool change to her character. But I mean, I want to see Katie Sackhoff, man. I don't want to see her just eating at a camp, you know.
I hope they're going to address this further, because I mean, I'm still like trying to understand how this all came about, because like in older like Mandalorian culture or lore, like if you go back, like that helmet on thing just wasn't really ever a thing. So like I get the inspiration, like it's coming from the whole mythos of Boba, with like, he doesn't take the helmet off. I mean, that's kind of, I think, where they even mentioned they kind of got the inspiration for making this cult do that sort of, for real. But I'm kind of interested because, I mean, obviously it's a stupid rule. Like, I mean, what happens if like it gets knocked off in combat, and then like,
that's why they got the vacuum seal, man.
I'm banished now. Not even my fault. Like, that's not what makes a great Mandalorian a great Mandalorian. So.
Vacuum seal.
I apologize.
You alright, man?
You slain him. That was it.
No,
all you had to say was vacuum seal.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know about you guys. Are we missing anything? I think we covered pretty much everything.
The only thing is, oh god, that kills me. I'll try and reel it back. Is oh god, the only thing I could say for that was just it gives more to the thing of, oh, you know what? Never mind. The smallest little thing. Hey, guess what? While you're putting the patch on, I seen a mythosaur. This is the way. No, yeah. I mean not metaphorically. I mean literally. I seen a mythosaur.
We all have.
She still didn't believe her.
I know. She's like patting her on the head. She's like, "Okay, Bo-Katan. Okay."
It was literally. I've even seen people do that meme already. It was literally like the grandma or grandpa meme. With like I've seen a mythosaur. All right, yeah, sure. Let's get through here, man.
Go back to your room. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nap time.
Listen, if I was the armor in that situation, the entire time of her existence, I would have doubted that she was able to go to the living waters. She comes back with a vial of living waters. I think I'm gonna believe this thing she's talking about seeing a mythosaur. That's a big deal.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for something to go off there, because I mean, I'm repeating myself at this point, but the armor has been like talking so much smack about Bo-Katan and her like clan. Like in Book of Boba, sort of. So like, yeah, I'm just waiting for something to happen. I feel like there's bad blood. So
she's talked so much smack that she's convinced Paz Vizsla to also talk smack. You're an apostate. Right. Oh, Bo-Katan? Yeah, you're an apostate too. Hey, I know you worked with my grandpa, but you're an apostate.
Kind of lost his head.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey man, that's Ringar's mom. They're spending a lot of time by themselves, so
Wow.
Ringar's not gonna have it. It's like, no, not gonna have it today. One question I did want to ask you guys when we were talking about Ahmed Best and then like leaving Coruscant. Do you guys have any predictions on where you think they're gonna go?
Not at all.
I just hope we see more of them.
Yeah.
What if that's like the only thing we get from this season?
I think it's pretty much guaranteed to see more of him, because we even hear him say like something along the lines of, "I know people. I have friends." Right?
Did Dave Filoni write any other episodes? That's the tell.
Good question.
I think there is one more episode that Dave Filoni wrote. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we're going to get the 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what? It's only one thing has been on my mind since I watched this previous episode. Is how's Grogu's helmet is going to look?
His ears are going to stick out.
The ears, or they're going to be holes for the ears.
Yeah, I mean, it's been ever since she made what you call what you call that plate again?
Which one?
The armor piece.
The Rendell?
Oh yeah.
Wait, which one? The vacuum seal?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but ever since I'm like, how's his helmet going to look?
It's just gonna be empty right on the sides like this, so you can just slide his ears right over it.
Dude, Grogu would have been such a good Maul supporter. You know, he would have had 2 horns already.
Oh my gosh, Grogu goes up to Paz Vizsla after he beats Bo-Katan and wins the Darksaber. I challenge you as ruler of
and only the strongest shall rule Mandalore. Yeah, I miss
I really see Grogu get the Darksaber.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is what he's gonna look like. He's gonna have the ears out.
That's what I'm saying. It's just gonna slide right over.
Oh God!
His ears are gonna be perfect.
He's got the.
Oh no!
He's got the Piccolo shoes on.
Dang!
I got that reference.
His legs grew like another foot.
Oh, he developed legs.
Or we got a little.
Yes.
You're gonna be photographing that. I know you will.
I will be.
Oh my!
There you go. Look, he's even got some armor on the side. That's kind of cool. I can vibe with
The
that.
way the ears are back like that, but they're still triangle, kind of reminds me of Ratchet and Clank.
Bro, I was literally just about to say that. Straight up. But yeah, so there's ways they could. Oh,
what is that monstrosity?
Oh Lord!
Oh no!
Is that the one
Like
you're talking about?
No, there was
Damn,
another
puberty
one.
hit Grogu like a truck. Damn.
Wait, which one? Which one?
That one, they're in the middle.
Oh,
What is that?
God.
What is it?
Too many death sticks. That's what that is.
Oh, brother.
Man, there's
no.
a cosplay for that. That's so cool.
I can't bear it no more.
I cannot watch.
I can't watch it any longer. All right, guys. Well, I think that we're at about 45 minutes. That was a good. I mean, the episode was only 35 minutes, so we talked about it for 45. So, it's good. Hopefully, we get longer episodes, man. These 30-minute episodes. I don't know about you guys. I'm loving them, but they're so quick. I feel like I just blink and it's over.
Well, you're enjoying them. They go back.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, honestly, with this one, 30 minutes isn't even short. That's like average Mando length.
We've just been spoiled, dude. We've been spoiled with these longer episodes, and when you get the longer episodes, you're like, why can't every episode be like this?
But I mean,
that's what
for
I love
30
so
minutes,
much
holy
about.
hell, the amount of content we got. I mean,
That's what I love so much about Flying Blind, and them kind of using up all the material that we've seen in the trailer. Because if we have no more information on what predictions the next episode can hold, we're like, dude, the last thing Ahmed Best said to Grogu is that he knows some people, right? So we got to get more Order 66. I'm just happy because we're getting the 4-hour cut of Revenge of the Sith we should have got, right? Okay,
Dude, what if, I mean, this is like crazy. This is out here, but what if he gets away and then he gets killed by Vader or something like that, but somehow Grogu somehow he escapes but gets killed by Vader. That would be crazy.
I wouldn't want to see Grogu in the same scene as Anakin or Sidious just because of their power level.
But maybe he's not. Maybe it's just Kylo Ren's I got this. You guys go. Yeah, I'll hold him off, and then he just waits for Vader.
So he makes it out of there, and then he gets finished off. And
maybe he goes and meets his friends. Vader comes down, and then
Charlie, are you gonna say the same thing?
We get the Purge comics.
It involves green.
It involves green, definitely. It involves Wookiees too.
Life Day?
Dude, if he's going to Kashyyyk, I'm smelling the Dark Lord reference. If I see Vader with Commander Appo, going down there, whew.
Yeah, right.
Or it could be Quinlan Voss, because he's still looking around.
Dang it, Max! You got me. Yep. That was it, because in Kenobi, it's referred to. He turns out he's still alive, and he every once in a while comes in to, help some people like that. So if I see Quinlan Voss live action again, reprise that, I'll be.
Well, I'd like to see more of the rebellion, that secret underground tunnel sort of thing.
The path.
Whatever they were doing.
Yeah, the path. Yeah. I'd like to see, because it's. I mean, granted, Kenobi's 10 years later, but it's got to be set up at some time around,
Regardless,
maybe the really earliest version of it. Yeah.
They created 3D models of bonus Order 66 scenes and stuff, bonus 3D models of scenes that should have played out, but were cut for obvious reasons. There's one where Kenobi literally rips the organs out of Grievous after he rolls on him with the Force.
Yeah.
I saw that
He pulls
one.
out his heart, and then he
crazy.
shoots his heart in like a Davy Jones. Then his body dies.
The Quinlan boss one is still
on
overkill.
Kashyyyk, and he gets obliterated by a turbo tank cannon.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
So
Yeah.
besides seeing that bonus scene, he's also in the comics as well. The Republic
Dark
comics
Disciple.
is his playground basically. So
Yeah.
it'd be awesome to see him. And I love how the live action shot of him that we see besides Clone Wars is in the Phantom Menace, just chilling in the background, with a yellow stripe.
Yeah.
Give it
Hopefully, man. I want to see some more live action Quinlan. We only got him, what you said in Phantom Menace. So I wonder if he's gonna have that same voice as in Clone Wars. He's gonna be like, Kenobi, man, how long
I
has
hope
it been,
so.
bro?
Surfer Tank Quinlan.
I've been smoking some death sticks, so I kind of lost track of some time, man. It's been kind of trippy
My
out
clone
here.
troopers turned against me.
I'm seeing space whales. Like,
Hey,
it's
listen,
trippy
man.
out here.
I met this dude. He was telling me that he was like gonna rethink his life and go home. I told him like, "Fuck that, dude. Just give me your death sticks and have some too."
Have you tried the palm soup out here? It's been great.
It's an intervention with Kenobi in the Clone Wars. He's like, and it's like a reality TV show, like Jersey Shore or something like that. And
God.
Kenobi's being like interviewed, and he's like, ever since he grabbed onto Cad Bane's boot, he hit his head when he fell, and he was never the same.
I also like the episode where Cody's just basically just tapping like Obi-Wan on the shoulder and being like, "Good luck, dude."
How did you do?
All right, well, I think that's all I got to say. Do you guys have anything left, or we're gonna?
There was
if not, we're gonna
something
close it?
cool I noticed. Yeah.
Easter eggs.
The on the new mythosaur that Bo wears, the eyes on it are like in the shape of the night owl eyes. I don't know if anyone else picked that up.
Ooh.
I'm
It
definitely
kinda
gonna go
got, like-
rewatch that after this.
Like
I knew
on-
it looked
on-
different, but I thought that was due to the print because it was 3D. So I thought they just were kind of
On
interpreting
Bo's
it.
helmet, that those black lines on the top, the eyes kind of go down and meet in the middle like that.
No.
I don't know if
pull
it's
it up.
supposed to be that or if it's just a cool connection, but I thought that was cool.
I didn't notice that. I did notice like what JT sort of mentioned, like that, like the symbol was a different variation of what we usually see. Like it was
Yeah.
almost more symmetrical in a
for
way.
sure.
So, like on the wall.
I'm trying to see.
Yes.
I don't really know if there's any. I can't see like any like screenshot. I was gonna pull up a screenshot of it to see if
Might
we
be
could.
too early for
Yeah,
for-
I just need to go on Instagram and look up all the 3D
Oh, yeah.
modelers because I'm sure there's like
Yeah.
50 of them
Oh,
there.
I
Yeah,
got it
dude.
spoiled
Honestly,
that way
just
through
go on
Instagram.
Wasted Fat. Like he already has a completely finished version of that shoulder.
Oh,
piece.
yeah,
way.
already.
Already?
Yeah, already.
It's been
Dude,
like a
he
couple
had it.
days.
He had it the evening when the episode dropped. He had it finished, fully finished.
He's best buds with. Well, the snap didn't work. It took a little bit.
Oh,
Hey, man,
I
welcome back. Hello there.
Let me.
Hello there.
He did it. He said it right, guys.
He did the
All right.
thing. He did the thing.
He said the thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
My
exactly. Yeah.
God.
Nice.
Wow.
Super cool.
Yeah, it looks more symmetrical. I mean, like towards like the muzzle where its teeth are, I guess, or is like it doesn't stagger. It's like goes to a tip.
Are you recognizing it?
I will say the Mythosaur skull definitely looked a lot cooler than the Mythosaur. No hate on Mythosaurs, but when it has the skin,
It was bathing. Okay, it wasn't.
it looks a little goofy. Like the nostril area looks a little goofy.
It's been out of it for the better part of some thousands of years, man. Just give it time.
A little soggy.
Yeah, Robin Williams' voice. What year is it? And the Mythosaur's got a beard.
Well, I'm honestly like really excited to see the full Mythosaur. Obviously, we didn't see
same.
all of it, but like, I mean, especially with like it obviously having to maintain like the shape of the skull, but it seems like it has like some fangs on the side, or like kind of similar to like boars. So yeah, it's
Gave some
excited.
heavy Cthulhu vibes too. Just like Beast of the Dark, Fear of the Unknown. kind of cool shot with that. And that like crocagator turtle thing, whatever, that stormed the beach. The head of that mythosaur is like 2 of those crocs.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's just thinking scale.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this roundtable, man. It's good. I'm excited to see what we get to see next, because like who knows where they're gonna like. We've already seen, like you guys were saying, so much of the trailer already. Like, I'm like, what else are they gonna show us? We're only like halfway through, a little over halfway through.
The Liberation of Navarro is still upcoming.
Yeah, so
is that the name? That's the name of the episode? Is Liberation?
No, the one where in the trailer where all the Mandos are on Navarro.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was
the
like,
only thing we haven't seen, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah. My guess is the pirates come back and they got to help defend off the pirates. Like that's gonna be, they're teeing up those pirates, because we also haven't seen them in the Gauntlet going through the canyons with the pirate like skips coming through.
We also haven't seen the cantina scene with the B.
Dude,
bar.
Yeah. I am hyped for that, dude.
They better be voiced by Matt Wood, I swear.
Hear me out on that one. I was actually thinking about that one now, having seen like the whole like prequel Ahmed Best flashback scene, because I was thinking like it would be cool if there would still be B1s in the Mando timeline, but like having so many is like almost unreal. I'm almost wondering if we might actually get to see more Ahmed Best this season, and this is like some random bar, where they just they had some B1s like that they caught when they got shut off or something.
Were those B1s like, or I should say the whole bar, was that whole bar just droids?
Yeah,
I think so. It would be hilarious if Ahmed walks in and we're like, we don't serve your kind here. Our roles are reversed. That's a little nod cameo.
Oh, how the turntables.
Yes. but this is the farthest we've seen B1s last in live action. I mean, even in Rebels, they still think they're in the Clone Wars because that's how long it's been. But this is way after Return of the Jedi.
They better include my boy Quick Draw Quasar from Bad Batch. He needs to be in there. That's where he retired after his long years of riot racing to Navarro, where he chills in a droid bar.
I am not sure if I am mixing this up, but I think that B1s are still active by the time of Star Wars Resistance. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm mixing shows up, but I think
I think there is one in there.
Show.
Oh yeah, the pirates reprogram them. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I didn't see Resistance.
I didn't either. I just know that
I
I've
haven't
seen
either.
screenshots from it.
I saw a meme from that. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Huh. But you've suffered through the show and you don't remember.
I'm still waiting for Christopher Lloyd's character to show up, because he was.
Oh my god!
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
True. Dude, what if he's the guy that like kept the droids in that bar in check? Like he's like kind of in Star Wars 2, like a crazy scientist. Yeah, right, Scott.
I need 1.21 gigawatts of electricity to power this droid.
We went a little too far into the future.
What year is it? Great Scott!
What the hell is a blue milk?
Marty! Oh no, Marty's not here. Shit.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Well, for the final time, thank you guys for watching. And as always, may the force be with you.